everyone, it's Arjan Rides here, and I'm here with Patrick Stump. Well, thank you for having us in your home away from the bus.
Yeah, home away from home.
Congratulations, you are on tour. You are promoting your upcoming solo album, which is really exciting.
It's awesome. It's a totally new venture for me. So.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm so curious. You had so much success with Fall Out Boy, and so this is really your own project. What is sort of the idea that you had when you went into this project? What is it that you wanted to get out?
I mean, I just always had music that didn't have an outlet, and that was kind of because Fall Out Boy wasn't a plan. Fall Out Boy happened, and it was this magical, wonderful thing. But all the stuff I had planned on doing when I was a kid, all the music that I had planned on writing, and been writing concurrently with all the Fall Out Boy stuff. I never had anywhere to use it, anything to do with it, because it didn't really fit with Fall Out Boy, and the band didn't really want it. And it's stylistically pretty different, and also, the nature of me writing all the lyrics, that's not really the way Fall Out Boy worked. And my lyricism is totally different story. I like in Fall Out Boy, the lyrics, if you didn't get the lyrics, you kind of didn't get the song. And I like to because the lyrics were so important in Fall Out Boy. My lyrics are really important to me too, but I wanted it to be, if you only heard one aspect of the song in any way, if you read the lyrics, or you saw you heard the groove, or you heard me singing or whatever, that you could get different things out of it, get to do all that.
Was it liberating for you to do this all on your own?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, it was so liberating. It was really fun to have just the opportunity to do what I wanted to do, without any of the, because no matter what, a band is a compromise. And again, I don't mean that in the pejorative. I mean, that can be a lot of the filter that makes things great, but it also can filter out, every band member ever has had one of their favorite ideas filtered out, and, over years of that happening, you kind of start to collect, it wasn't even like this material was ever meant for Fall Out Boy or ever even used in Fall Out Boy, but it kind of comes a little bit from, it's stuff that I've been writing since I was a little kid, but it also comes a little bit from, this stylistically doesn't work. This sound doesn't work in Fall Out Boy, So I kind of expounded on that.
Right.
Yeah.
So sonically and musically, how would you describe the music?
I don't really think it's. I mean, obviously, a lot of people will still hear my voice, and that is the definable thing, to some people about Fall Out Boy. So, in that respect, it's my voice, so it won't be totally alien. But I think structurally, it's pretty different altogether. It's pretty up-tempo R&B, basically. It's kind of, I kind of use that as the bed. There's a lot of other influences in there, but when I'm not really trying all that hard, when I'm not thinking about it and I'm just making music and enjoying it, I always call back to, The Time and Prince and Chic and, and Michael Jackson. Those things musically really excite me. I guess lyrically, the lyrics did kind of spell out some of the style, I think, too, because it's R&B music, but I didn't ever resort to a lot of the traditional R&B lyrical paradigms. So there's not a lot of romance. There's not a lot of, and when there is, it's usually satire or with some sort of wink to the camera kind of. There's I use a lot of popular subjects kind of as Trojan horses to kind of discuss them, because I heard a lot of R&B cheating songs, so I have a song about cheating, but it's much more from the kind of aftermath of dealing with that, and then also kind of thinking about the ramifications of cheating on your own conscience and stuff, or whatever. And then I have a drinking song, but it's totally about overindulging, and kind of dealing with that. So I want it to be fun and whatever, but I deal with consequence a lot on the record. So. And
so are these lyrics in these songs, would you say, autobiographical? Or?
I mean, sort of. I mean, the personal is political, and so there's always that kind of aspect where, not autobiographical, but a lot of things that happen to people around me and me dealing with, there's a lot of catharsis on the record because it's like I took into account a lot of things that happened to a lot of people around me in the past year and to me, I guess. Well, not the past year, the past 2 years or however long ago I started writing lyrics.
The new album and with the new music also comes a physical transformation.
Yeah, which is kind of coincidental, but I think I didn't intend that at all. It just kind of happened. But after it happened, I'm like, well, that makes sense though. Music is such a departure to people that haven't heard, that don't know me, closely and know that that's what I listen to. So I feel like the fact that I look different probably helps hammer home that it's not the same thing.
Right.
So.
I always thought of you when you were in Fall Boy, but I always thought of you as being very shy and more an introverted sort of frontman, lead man. So is this hard for you to be sort of fully in the spotlight now?
So when I make this comparison, I don't mean it with any degree of pretension or arrogance or thinking that I'm even anywhere in the same ballpark. But when I read interviews with Michael Jackson, he was talking about, it's kind of like he naturally was not the type of person that got up in front of people and entertained. But over the course of being groomed for it and people kind of projecting it onto him, he became very comfortable with it. But it's not something that's natural to him. And that's, I feel like, something I very much relate to, is that now I feel like I can do the frontman thing within my own terms. I don't think I'll ever be the, come on, Cleveland. I don't think I'll ever be that. I'm not a rock star. I'll never be a rock star. But I think I can, when there's music playing, I can dance and enjoy myself. That's not, I have no hesitation about that. But the idea of me, I feel like when music is the focus, I can do anything. But when I'm the focus, it's scary. It's definitely a new world to be the center of that kind of attention. But I'm a lot more like you and I are in control of this interview. Like whatever, it's very conversational, whatever. That's something I'm totally comfortable because I love talking music. I love talking about what I do. That's something that I enjoy. So.
Well, it's great to see that you're coming into your own with music that you love and music that you love to perform and record and play.
And I love making pop music too, but this is something very personal to me. This is like my mom and pop. This is like my my small business that I just opened up. So I feel like when you have when you go to the independent hardware store and you buy a wrench from them and they go, thank you so much. Like that's how I feel with my music right now.
That's very, very exciting.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Well, thank you very much. It was great talking.
Pleasure, yeah.
And I look forward to seeing the show.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you.
Stick around, please.
I will.